Hey everyone, Moitza here. Hope you're doing well. It's been a few weeks since I released my new album Joan of Arc, and for this special occasion I decided to make like a little vlog where I share with you some behind the scenes and what the album is all about. Without any further ado, let's go into it and hope you love it. If you do love it, let me know in the comments down below and maybe I'll try to make more vlogs. I know the background is pretty boring. This is the only way where I can get some natural light for the recording, so I hope you won't mind. Joan of Arc is my hero since I can remember. I believe I was about 9 or 10 years old when I first encountered Joan in one of the history books, and I just admired her story, the courage and strength that she had. At that time I was struggling a lot mentally. It was quite intense and I needed something to provide me with comfort, and Joan did that. She did that very well. And I remember once I first encountered her story, there were many days for every day that I read her story at least once. It was like I was searching for her strength to move on with my life, however I did back then. That was my first encounter, and a few years back she came back to me in a bit different way. As you already know, I love to meditate, and I met her in one of the journeys. Through the entire creative process of the album, she contributed a lot, and that's why I decided to dedicate the album to her. The album Joan of Arc is like a journey from ego living into the living of the heart. It's based on my own personal experience, but many can relate. Some of the songs have their roots since I was in high school, where I went through certain struggles, and the best way to heal them was to write them on paper. Through the years, while working on my personal growth, things have changed. Once I dove into the lessons of the heart, my music was no longer written from a mind's perspective, but was channeled from different sources, with lessons filled with love, strength, freedom, and truth. And so this entire album is like a soul journey from experiencing all sorts of obstacles in our way to rising above them. Some of the songs are still facing from ego's perspective, while the others are already on the other side, and it works like a beautiful transition from one place to another. There's many of us that are talking nowadays about the age of Aquarius, and how the 3D world is slowly but surely shifting into 5th dimension through 4D bridge. Joan of Arc is like a 4D bridge, showing people the way to the other side, where freedom, truth, peace, and love lies. And like the real Joan was leading her people to freedom in the 15th century, so does this album lead the way to our own personal freedom, freedom in our hearts. In the album I also wanted to express the darker sides of our souls, since they are an important part of our being, but are very often suppressed. And that's never a good thing to do, because once suppressed, it can grow bigger and stronger against us. So it's good, despite being terrifying, to listen to our darker selves, to our shadows, and try to eventually greet them as friends, because they are just suppressed parts of our souls that we kept them hidden for so long. Parts of a wounded child, of old traumas that were not processed, dreams and visions we never had the courage to express, and are slowly putting us in a completely numb state. Once we understand that without the darker part of our souls we can't experience the real light, the shifts begin to change. Dark and light, yin and yang, balance, harmony. In some of the songs there are drums that quite remind us of some battles along the way. I believe subconsciously we wanted to represent a battle on a spiritual level. So the album occasionally has a warrior spirit inside it, and I believe you recognize it as well. Warrior, just like Joan. It took me a year to make this album, although some songs are much older than just 1 year, but the whole recording, production, arrangements. This all happened in 1 year, and boy, it was fun. It drove me nuts, but it was the most fulfilling, it gave me freedom. It was just the most amazing moment. So if I had to do it all over again, I would. I usually start with guitar and singing, and the rest comes afterwards. But you never know, because some songs can be quite different. I mean, Reflections, the last song on the album, I started with a beat and everything was building up from the beat. So I guess I don't have a special recipe for songwriting. It just comes however it comes. I just dive into the stream, you know, like the great artists love to say that they dive into the stream of creativity, and then they just listen to what the stream has to say at that moment. And that's just what I love to do. I dive in, be present, be still, and just listen and see what's coming then out of it afterwards. Make sense? Yes, I actually have two surprises on the album. One is that I created my first instrumental track, with that meaning that there's no special lead vocals in it, just some background vocals. But yeah, the rest is instrumental, so that was quite a new challenge for me, but I'm very grateful I decided to try it. It's called Journey, and yeah, the song is quite a journey. And the second surprise is a musical trilogy called Path of the Soul. It's a trilogy that was created over 10 years ago, and it finally got the opportunity to be released. Joan of Arc was like the special place to put a musical trilogy, because it really adds up to the whole concept. And like the title says, Path of the Soul, it's really a musical story about a soul that's trying to figure out her place in this world, and all the obstacles and trials that are on their way, and eventually finding its way around it. You can expect mystical, ethereal tunes supported with lyrics about love, finding inner strength, freedom, courage, truth, with implemented Reiki energy. You can expect songs that will comfort your soul, especially in the year 2020. I believe we all came to a point where we had to face our own struggles in any sort of a way, and I believe the album can really bring you comfort during challenging times, because the way it's designed, it's being aware of all the struggles that can occur to on someone's path, but also providing that notion that that everything's going to be okay in the end. So we should just embrace what we're currently dealing with and go along with it, and eventually rise above it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer to you. And oh my gosh, I don't have the album here. Just give me a second. I hope you enjoyed this little vlog about my album and behind the scenes. Be sure to subscribe, and if you'd like to get a signed CD, an album, they're available here at my place, so just let me know and I'll send it to you. All the links are available down below, so be sure you check them out, and see you soon. Stay well, stay healthy, create your own magic, and talk to you soon. Thank you for listening. Bye!